My dear students, welcome you all to the botany classes. Hope you are all doing well at your studies. Today we shall start with a new chapter, that is the plant taxonomy. Okay, taxonomy mainly deals with the study of identification of a plant and providing a particular name for that plant, and also classifying that plant to different categories. Okay, identification, nomenclature and classification altogether is classified under a branch of biology called taxonomy. Right. We shall see what is taxonomy, what are the types of taxonomy, what are the consequences of taxonomy, what are the benefits of taxonomy for the plants, animals or to the human beings. Here taxonomy and systematics both are synonymously used. Okay, both have the same meaning, both have the same purpose. Here systematics is a wider term comprising identification of an individual organism, assigning a proper rank to the same and giving it name. However, taxonomy and systematics are considered by many to denote the same thing, and the terms are treated as synonymous. Means basic purpose of using the word systematics is identification of an individual organism, identify a plant, whether it is a herb, whether a plant is a shrub or a tree, what kind of plant it is, and assigning a proper rank to the same, proper rank to the plant, whether it is belong or family, order, species, kingdom, like that. We should assign the plant to a particular rank, right. So, here systematics and taxonomy both are used to denote the same meaning of the plant, right. Looking at the definition, plant taxonomy is the science that deals with finding, identifying, describing, classifying and naming of the plant. Firstly, finding of the plant, where is it, location, geography. Identifying what kind of plant. Describing means looking at the morphological characteristics, characters of root, stem, leaf, modifications of root, stem, leaf, structure of the flower, modification of the flower, etc. And after naming that plant, we should classify into a particular group based on similarities and dissimilarities. Lastly, provide a particular name for that plant. This is the basic definition of the plant taxonomy, right. Here, what is the aim of the plant taxonomy? Here there are three main aims. First one, to classify the plant kingdom, means the plants have to be grouped under particular classes, particular groups, classification, and to identify the plants, identification, what is the name, like that, to name a plant and fix its rank in a recognized system of classification. After providing a particular name, and we have to fix that name in a particular system. There are various systems of classification. So, as per those systems, we have to fix that plant name into a particular rank, maybe species, genus, family, order, etc. To that rank, we have to fix that name. These are the main aims of a plant taxonomy, right. We shall move on. Then, what are the objectives of plant taxonomy? Okay, objectives. First, taxonomy aims to at classifying organisms into taxa on the basis of similarities in a phenotypic characteristics. Okay, based on the morphological character, based on the phenotypic character, the organism must be classified into particular taxa. Okay. Then second one, it is to assign each taxon a name, naming, providing a particular name. This is called nomenclature. Okay. So, here nomenclature, providing a particular name. As a baby is born, we assign the baby with a good name, better name, like that. Whenever the plant is identified, whenever the plant is described, it must be given a particular name. That is what we use the term nomenclature, and it is very much necessary for identifying it without confusion. The main term is a confusion here. We have to avoid confusion with respect to various plants in a particular geography or plants of the same group. Like that, the nomenclature helps in avoiding the confusions. Third main objective is to serve as an instrument for identification of bacteria, not only bacteria, various group of organisms, nomenclature of plant, nomenclature of animal, nomenclature of the viruses, etc. Like that, the taxonomy has three main objectives, right. Then what are the importance of plant taxonomy? Why is it is to be done? What is the application importance? Okay. First, to arrange elements or taxa of plants into more systematic manner. Means plants, the taxa, that group, it must be arranged more systematically, so that they can be better understood and could be used easily. Means they can be understood better, used easily and more effectively. The applications of the plant, differentiation of the plants, if they are almost similar, they must be kept in the same group, same order, same family, like that. Second one, to arrange data or information and knowledge about plants. Whatever the data we get, whatever the information we get about the plant, we must be arranged properly. That must be arranged. So, that is possible only with help of a taxonomy. Third one, to indicate the source and genetic relationship. Means what is the source of that plant, where is it come from, and ancestry, what are the ancestors of the plant, means what are the before 10 years, what was this plant, how was the characteristic of this plant, and origin of the plant, means where is this plant originated. Last one, fourth one, to indicate the distribution and habitat of plants on earth. Okay. Geographically, we have to study where is the plant distributed on the earth, right. And coming to the components of the taxonomy, there are four major components. First one, classification. Plants are arranged into groups of similar characteristics, groups of similar. If they are found to be similar, keep them in one group. One more 4-5 plants found to be similar, make them one more group. Like that, based on the similarities, the plants will be kept under particular groups. That is what we call a classification. Then identification. To identify and derive the name of an organism by referring to an existing classification. Means there are various classification systems. By referring to those classification systems, the plant must be identified. And nomenclature, third one, to provide a scientific name of an organism. Scientific name refers to, if it is a plant, it is given with a botanical name. If it is an animal, if it is given with a animal zoological name. Like that, for various groups of organisms, there are various classification systems and nomenclature systems. Using those nomenclature systems, they must be given certain names. And description, to describe the characteristics of a taxon. For example, family, means what are the characters of plants coming in one family, plants coming in one genus, plants of one species. Like that, we have to describe, we have to find the characters of those plants and those groups, right. These are the major components of the taxonomy. And coming to the hierarchy of the taxonomy, if it is firstly kingdom, first is the top kingdom. So, plant kingdom, animal kingdom. After kingdom, if it is a plant, we use the group division. If it is animal, we use phylum. So, kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, species. Coming to animal, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Right. So here we are discussing about a plant taxonomy. So first one is kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus and species. Okay. So kingdom is the topmost rank, topmost taxa of the plant. Right. So kingdom, it includes various divisions. Kingdom is a group of divisions, group of many divisions. So here highest level in classification, example animal and plant kingdom. So here kingdom is the highest level of the classification. Coming to the division, so the number of groups in taxon is not fixed. In the division, groups are not fixed and it depends upon the classification system. As per one system, it may have many groups. As per other system, it may have other groups. Based on similar characteristics observed on a few elements or organs. Means division is made on the basis of elements or organs observed. Means characters of that organ, character of that element. For example, dominance of a sporophyte to a gametophyte, presence of an ovule, seed formation and several other morphological and anatomical characteristics. Means based on these characteristics a division is made. Means characters observed in the class will be kept under the division and those are the hierarchy characteristics and will continue to exist from generation to generation. Next one is class. The number of groups in this taxon is not fixed, is also not fixed. Here class is nothing but a group of many orders, group of similar orders. Okay. The plants of 3 orders, if they have some similarities, they will be kept under one class. So the number of groups in this taxon is also not fixed, but it is depending on the classification system. Here the separation is based on important basic differences that exist between the groups. Means if there are some differences between the orders, then we will assign into different classes. 10 orders have the same characteristics, they will be kept under one class, like that. Next one, order. Separation is based on more convincing genetic relationship, which earlier had been detected at the class and division level. Here order is nothing but a group of many families. Order is nothing but a group of many families, right. Then family, it is nothing but group of many families, sorry, family is a group of many genus. It is based on more characteristics compared to order, based on more characteristics compared to the order, class and division, right. Here example, morphological characteristics of reproductive organ, type of inflorescence, oviposition, placentation, number of pistils and carpels, types of ovule and like that. Based on the morphological classific characters observed in various genuses, if they are found to be similar, they will be kept under one family. If they are found to be dissimilar or different or distinct, then they will be assigned to other family, like that. Then coming to the 6th, genus. Genus involves more similar characteristics including a closer family relationship, but they do not cross. If a hybrid cross does occur, the offsprings are normally infertile and will not survive. Means there will not be any crossing between members of 2 genuses. If the plant belong to the same genus, then there may be a possibility of a crossing. If they belong to 2 different genuses, there will not be any possibility of a fertile cross. Even though there is a cross, then the individuals will be infertile and they may not survive further. And phylogenetically, new genus arises and separates from the same parental origin. Means if there is variation in the environment or there is any mutation that may lead to the formation of a new genus. And here the last one is the species. Last one is the species. Species is the group of organisms which are morphologically similar, genetically similar, and they interbreed among themselves. Interbreed among themselves to produce fertile offsprings. Okay. If two plants, mango, Mangifera indica, if they belong to two if they belong to same species Mangifera indica, then there is a possibility of classification, there is a possibility of a pollination, there is a possibility of fertilization and fruit formation. So, there is a possibility of crossing only when they belong to same species. If they are found to have any one single different character, then they will be kept under different species, even though they belong to the same genus, but they will be given same species, right. So, these are some of the basic concepts of a plant taxonomy. We shall discuss about the next concepts in a further classes. Till that, keep learning, stay home, stay safe.